Oi, 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 oi. Where are you from? I'm from India. Can you arm wrestle? Punjab, 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 Punjab. Okay, Punjab. Cool, cool, cool. Whole body, pull it. Up, very good, very good. Good, 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 good. What's going on here? Thanks. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for your sketch. Okay, namaste. Namaste. Jai Ram. Huh? Jai Hanuman. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Buddha. Jai Bin. Bin. What is Bin? Bin. Bin. That is Bin. Jai Bin. This is Bin. Jai Buddha. This is Bin. Oh, Jai. You write the Constitution. Okay, okay, okay. We love it. They write the Constitution. Okay, get out of here. Go, go, go. This is one of the glorious and wonderful teachings of the Buddha. Paraphrasing a little bit here, maybe. Don't believe what you think. Don't believe your thoughts. Do not believe your thoughts. Now we can get into the question of what is it to believe, but just see it in a simple way, that there is a awareness, there is a present moment, there is an experience right now, okay? Maybe you can see me, maybe you can hear my voice, maybe you can smell your room. There is an experience right now that is doesn't depend on thoughts, isn't it? Does seeing depend on thinking? Does hearing depend on thinking? Does breathing depend on thoughts and beliefs that you have about yourself and the world? I don't know. And you have to find that out for yourself. Okay, this man come to pick me up. Okay, namaste, namaste. So let's go.
Yeah, we can. I thought I will.
What you want to do?
10 o'clock.
Okay, you want to sit for a moment?
You can like guide me with your.
Yeah, you can ask me a few questions. Here, you should sit. Okay. So what is your name?
My name is Melanie.
What is it?
Melanie. Milind. Milind is also a name of king in Buddhist scriptures.
It's the name of a wizard. You know Merlin?
Merlin.
Merlin is like the king of wizards, in not in Buddhism, but anyway, Merlin.
Merlin, I know Merlin in Europe.
Yeah, wizard.
But Milind was also the king in Buddhist who was a king, Buddhist king, and who asked for the debate on the best philosophies in the world. So
Oh, to debate. Yeah.
and then he's the one who won over the debate with the Buddhist philosophy.
Okay.
So how will you travel to India?
Well, I'm just transiting through Mumbai because I'm leaving India to go to a meditation retreat, 3-month meditation retreat, offline and no teaching, and just focus on my meditation for about 3 months. But until now, I have been in Bodh Gaya. I have been staying in Bodh Gaya with my teacher for a 3-month meditation retreat. And so now I'm just coming through to fly out. Yeah.
Going back to States?
Yeah.
So how long have you been practicing?
Well, now I started in 2014. So the first time when I go to live at the temple is in 2014. So it's been about 10 years now. Yeah.
So I am practicing Buddhism for last 20 years, and 20 years I am practicing.
Yeah.
But this Buddhism is the Japanese Buddhism.
You practicing Namaho Renge Kyo?
Yeah.
Namaho Renge Kyo, Namaho Renge Kyo, Namaho Renge Kyo. Did you go to Japan?
No.
Oh, okay.
I will be going. We are connected with the organization called Sukha Gakkai International.
Yeah, Soko Gakkai.
International. And I'm attached to that. And this practice has created a kind of metamorphosis in our and my family and all people's lives. So I take it my responsibility to serve all the people.
Well, yeah, any kind of meditation practice that is connected to the Buddha then you will have the change.
But in literally Buddhism, there is no meditation. There is only chanting and reciting the Lotus Sutra, the scriptures,
Yeah.
some of them,
Yeah.
and studying Buddhism, okay, interpreting Lotus Sutra in real life, and then of course to spread the law, connect to people, help them in suffering. This is how literal Buddhism, in daily life, and it's mostly it is for the layman.
Yeah, I know
Vinaya Maharaya for the monks.
they don't have the.
So actually, what I believe for many years is that the meditation is of the Orthodox school or whatever, the Mahayana is replaced by chanting of
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So there is no meditation. But I have done meditation vipassana 2 or 10 days course twice.
No, there are many ways to practice meditation. So if we say that chanting is not meditation, it's not correct. It can be. You can meditate by chanting. You can meditate by walking. You can meditate by doing good deeds. And many people, they sit down and try to meditate, but actually they're not doing it correctly. So it's similar. Any Buddhist tradition, we have the same principle underneath. Underneath the surface is the same principle. So
that is what we call enlightenment.
yeah.
So today's this event is a interfaith event, and this event is organized by the Christian missionaries or you can say
Catholic. Yeah.
So I'm attached to such kind of event where the people from different religions come and talk about the world, peace, humanity, compassion, and the harmony in the society. Because these days, actually, we are facing tough times in India. So we definitely need inter-religious harmony and understanding and faith. So they are organizing for the last 3 years. I am attending many such events, and sometimes I also speak, and sometimes they speak of moms.
Just 15 minutes from here.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think your friend messaged me and say afterwards you take me to some bhikkhuni event or something.
Yeah. So actually, that's very far. So I requested you if it is possible to midway somebody because of different people.
Okay. Yeah. We will see.
Yeah, I requested, but if it's not, then I will drop.
Okay. We will see.
That's totally event.
Yeah, I'm just open to life and just open to what is happening. That's it. That's what I try to do. So, because I am a monk, that gives me the opportunity to just be open to life. I don't need to make a business contract. I don't need to set up a fundraiser. I don't need to do anything like that, So I just stay open to life, and whatever opportunity is there, then I can try to use it, without stress, without attachment.
That is one thing we lack probably as people who are into samsara practical life. Constantly we are thinking what next I do, if I come here, then what else I have to do.
What else? What else?
So yeah, like if not having that, then I would not even ask you to take you to New Bombay and so I would not calculate time. But now I'm calculating because I have less to do. But still it's a great good fortune to serve mom, to serve moms, to find out life of religious practice. So the meditation which I did was vipassana.
10-day retreat. You do the Vipassana 10-day retreat.
So I had a long back. came back and yeah, I also have a lot of passion to become a monk. I'm a filmmaker. I may take this
Well, it's the interesting thing about becoming a monk, because a lot of people are, maybe they see the becoming a monk as a way to get out of the society, to get the free food or the free ride. But the people who do that are not really not really becoming monks. They're just putting on the robes and kind of going around begging. But the interesting point is that the people that do want to have control over their life, right, that are not the serious drug addict or are lost in the poverty or lost in the wealth, they cannot detach. They cannot become a monk. So it's very interesting, because also the poor people, who have the willpower and they making choice in their life, they also don't want to become a monk, because they cannot give up what they are attached to. They cannot give up what they are involved with. So it shows there's something the same with the wealthy people or the poor people, because they cannot give it up. People say, oh, because I'm a monk, I don't have to work a job, so how easy that is. Well, if it was easy, then you would do it. You would want to do that, you would want to be free from a job. But it's not easy to give up these systems that we're involved with. It's very difficult.
and also I feel that to a certain extent, but also it is important that some people should live in society, run and make systems and run the civilization.
Well, it's not possible, because people have too much attachment. And of course, it's great if we have more wealthy people that are supporters, that are donors, that want to make meditation centers in really the meditation centers in the busy places for the modern people is one of the best things that we have not done so much of yet. Even the very wealthy guru or famous guru in India, mostly they build the main center or the public center out in the distance, out in the forest or in the outside area. But this kind of place that is really accessible to people, they can walk by, they can see what's happening, they can feel connected. It's really powerful. Even in Korea or in America or in Vietnam, these kind of places, if they have a modern approach, can be really helpful for the modern people who they don't want to be a monk. Maybe even they are not religious, but they can feel connected to a spiritual side of life, something deeper, something more peaceful, something more open, something more transformative.
Absolutely, that is part of our. I traveled to Thailand with monks 3 years back in Thailand.
Yeah.
The monks.
Yeah.
The way they practice is the huge reverence and respect, great feet.
Yeah, I have stayed in Thailand, and what you find in these Buddhist countries, right? Well, where did this Buddhism come from? It came from India, right? And in the ancient time of India, also not just the Buddhism, but many sadhu, many spiritual people, and the sadhu were very important part of the society. They are in the daily life of the society, right? It's very well known. So this tradition has kind of left India. Where can you find a sadhu? Where can you find sadhus in India? Nowhere, But in the Thailand, in the Myanmar, there are many hundreds of thousands. They're still a very major part of the society, right? And so it's carrying, it's holding a tradition that comes back from the ancient India that really the Indian people have lost for the most part, even though the connection is still there, and slowly is being lost in the modern world in other ways as well. But this sadhu tradition is really at the core of the Buddhism, you know, that someone can be a trustworthy person, that some person can be a selfless person, that some person can, it can be, we can practice sadhana and not just to be farming, you know. But if you lose that in the society, especially in the capitalist society, we lose so much humanity, because everyone is just struggling to make more money. Everybody is struggling to compete with each other. Everybody is frustrated with each other because, you know, this person has 3 wives, I only have 1 wife. This person has a 2 crore apartment, I only have 1 crore apartment, you know, and on and on. Ready to go?
Yeah. So my car is on that side. I'm bring it here.
Okay.
Okay. It's a long walk. Long round.
Okay.
पण आहे
मोठी वाली येते गाडी
नवीन वरती आहे ना मोठीवाली आहे ना आपण आहे ना वरती कट्टर आहे कट्टर आहे बंद झाली ना अशी थोडी वाटली अशी वाटली की लय गार वाटतो संध्याकाळच्या वेळेस जावा 10-15 तास बोलायला ऐकायला पण लगेच मराठी असं असं बोलतात तसं तसं बोलतात दे उसको मी येतो Buddhism vanished from India through the systematic persecution by the Hindu traditions, and they brought back their own tradition. So that is how it vanished. But there is a prophecy that after 2000 years later it will come back. So it is coming back.
Well, the Hinduism is like Buddhism in that it is the Dhammic religion, right? Satya Dhamma.
But the problem with the Hinduism is that it is vested in the gods and hell and
Well,
heaven.
this is the problem because you have to have the real yogis, you have to have the real meditators, you have to have the real sadhus in dharmic religions. People who give their full time to practice, to live the life, to share about the experience. Otherwise, like you say, all the energy is wasted on the gods and the deities and the supernatural belief. But the yoga is not really about belief. It's more like a science, science of practice. And
so that is lost somewhere and been replaced by the superstitious practices. So I think that is where exactly Buddha broke into, broke those traditions and myths and misconceptions and brought the real Dhamma, the real path of truth.
Well, it goes very deeply into not just the religious idea of gods, but also how we set up gods in our own psychology. Same with the Western people. We worship this, we worship that. We believe in this, we believe in that, but we don't know that it's true. And we haven't practiced or trained or looked deeply at those thoughts enough to actually know if they're true or if those practices are useful or not.
So this term that they use is followers and we use the practitioners. There's a
Oh.
difference between Buddhism and all other religious is that there is no followers here. All the practitioners and like followers who have blind faith. So we don't have that.
If you don't practice, then you cannot follow the Buddha.
This is the first time you're traveling to India?
This is my first time in Mumbai.
Mumbai. It's pretty humid here these days. Hot and humid. This rains and monsoon is over. Almost there. So which part of US you stay belong
I don't stay much in the United States.
to? Okay.
So there's no one part that I live at. I don't have.
But you're from US, right? Or,
I was born there,
Born.
but now I don't live there.
yeah. I believe this is the school. This one, I think. It's showing the entry gate. इवेंट का लेफ्ट लेना. थैंक यू.
गिरता है, सूखा हुआ लकड़ी है ना, ऊपर ये सब गिर रहा है.
Okay, namaste, namaste.
Father, Michael.
Oh,
I'll just repark the car. Say it.
Oh yeah, this voice may be playing.
No, he's saying things fall. The log will fall on the car. Safety. You're fine.
Okay.
so this,
From which country?
I'm from America.
America.
Yeah. This your school?
I am not. I came from out.
Come from outside. You are Catholic?
Yes.
Before this year, I stay in Italy.
Oh,
Yeah, we have a meditation center in Italy.
okay. I am chairman of the Dialogue Commission of the Diocese.
Oh,
Okay, if you have time, we can have a dialogue.
sure, very
About
happy.
your-
Sure, sure.
Yes, but you have your address. You can give me.
Well, I will leave in just a few days.
Ah,
Yeah, I just coming through Mumbai to catch the flight.
okay.
Yeah.
Good, good. I don't know how to go.
Yeah, mysterious.
We will find out. Ah,
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's such a joy to live stream and share present moment experience, and it's so unknown. Everything is so mysterious. So if you don't do it live, how can you really notice it? And I hope everything's going swimmingly in South Korea. I was just there earlier this year visiting one of my teachers.
There is a close the door. Yeah, open the door. Father. Ah.
Okay, namaste, namaste. Okay, namaste.
Venerable
Varrapanyo.
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 Yeah, this is difficult. Please come. Sit.
Okay.
You have come from US.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
That's
nice,
right.
very nice.
Uh-huh.
And he is Father S.M. Michael. He is also one of the speakers.
Oh, great.
He is from.
But why do you take all this photo?
This for my followers, for my students.
Really? How are you?
Okay, namaste, namaste. Namaste, namaste. Can you speak English? What are you doing here?
We are doing exercise
What kind of exercise?
for stretching.
Oh, to stay healthy, to stay happy. You go to school here? You go to this school here?
Yeah. She's coming for extra coaching.
Okay, be happy. Sure, we can have a tea. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Oh, tea, huh? And soon I will be going fully offline, for the most part, uh, for more than 3 months. So I'm really looking forward to that. Namaste. Oh, great. Very good, very good. Yes, please. Let's see is the chai. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's hot, maybe. Oh, this chai smell good. Let's all abandon our culture together. Let's practice mindfulness and detachment. Let's make a promise within ourselves to follow an ethical code of conduct that's not about original sin, that's not about believing in the thoughts that fill up the mind from who knows where. Let's practice mindfulness and detachment continuously and limitlessly to abandon all culture and take up the Excalibur sword of awareness. Take up the Excalibur sword of awareness and forgive those sins. Forgive that idea of sin. Forgive that idea that there's something originally, fundamentally wrong with you. Because this kind of idea of there being something originally, fundamentally wrong with you, it doesn't just, it's not just there when you're born. It's when you keep being born. It's when you moment after moment identify yourself with this sense of wrongness, right? This sense of there's something tainted about you. There's something off about you. There's something negative about you inherently. And this keeps us from noticing the joy, the peace, the clarity, the freedom, the frogs of life. If you were so caught up in original sin, how would you ever see this frog? Okay? How would you ever arrive to India? I mean, this is the biggest frog I've ever seen. And there's multiple of them in there. I don't know if you could see that. I don't know how the bit rate is, but that's just a good example. And it's not about being the king. It's not about being the best. It's not about being the hero. It's about offering forgiveness. Offering forgiveness to everything. Offering awareness. Offering openness to everything right now. Get out of that mindset of just this kind of rigid way of viewing yourself and viewing the world. Maybe it's just a thought. Walking barefoot is just the most comfortable and most convenient way. Yeah, I mean, the abuse of children it's not about some particular religion, it's not about some particular country, it's a worldwide phenomenon. And we tend to discriminate against children. We don't respect them, we don't value their self-direction, we don't see their rights as being equal to our rights as adults. Through the perspective of something called childism, it's kind of like recognizing that children as a whole are actually a target group for discrimination. Children as a whole are a target group for kind of these justifications for why their rights and why their identity is inherently less than the rights or identity of an adult. And I'm hoping to do some more research onto this topic, but what you need to understand is that, a country like America has the highest rates of child abuse in the world, some of the highest rates of child abuse in the world. So the reason that is so common and so prevalent in all countries and societies, not just America, is not just because people act out wildly and randomly, but it's actually that there are justifications that are formed in the mind, right? There are justifications why it is righteous, why it is acceptable, why it is appropriate to abuse children mentally or physically or verbally. And so we actually have to, in terms of what we can do about childism, start to root out, start to understand, start to research into our own prejudices, which means our own prejudgments about what a child is, who a child is, right? This notion of prejudgment means that when you see a child, you immediately put them into a box, right? They're immature, they don't understand the world, they, you know, their opinion is less reliable or less important than the opinion of an adult, etc. And so when you do that, it's very similar to how women have been seen in the past. It's very similar to how black people have been seen in the past. And we're really getting into very subtle social work when we start talking about childism, but it is very interesting and very important. One of the best things that we can do is research and advocacy for the most part. Sure, that also goes into it, but still it's unacceptable. So be an ally, be an advocate, research. A great thing to look up online is called the anti-childism scale. You can look it up on Google, anti-childism scale, and it'll take you to a website called Peace I Give. And has very good information about childism. And we've done some videos on childism on the YouTube channel in the past. So if you go to those, if you search for Bhante Varrapanyo childism on YouTube, you'll find the short series that I did on the topic of childism. It's quite nice reading and talk with the community. Yeah, when we talk about the topic of childism or discrimination against children, we're talking about something very, very deep and profound. It's not something that most people are equipped to look at seriously, and that's why research is one of the most important things that you can do. Yeah, I mean, the reality is that a lot of us are way more stupid than we think that we are. And in the same way, we're way more intelligent than we think that we are, but these two things go together, right? So there's this deep arrogance, this deep pride, this deep overconfidence that a lot of people have that actually keeps them from looking deeply into things and kind of getting stuck on these completely surface level, nonsensical, irrelevant points that don't bring benefit, that aren't useful, that aren't practical, that don't make any sense. But it gives us a place for our ego to establish itself, right? It gives us a place for our pride or our unwillingness to get involved and look more deeply to justify itself. So we can't settle for that. You know, you really have to open up to looking deeply, especially at those topics that you feel are important. So if you feel the rights of children are important, then you should definitely research into childism. And there's a certain kind of symptom, there's a certain kind of problem that we have as these modern, online, internet beings, where the lived experience, the lived life, the moment by moment experience of being in nature, being with yourself, being around your loved ones, engaging in your community, building, sacrificing, giving, volunteering, serving, all of this is replaced, like the community of generosity, the system of generosity that is what a community is built on, is replaced by consumption. It's replaced by watching TikTok videos and watching YouTube videos. It's replaced by kind of faux interpersonal relationships that are sustained through social media, right? And even the content of that social media is completely shallow and meaningless. But anyway, we feel some kind of attachment to that. We say, oh, that's my friend. That's the person I used to know. They're doing this, they're doing that. While actually having no real experience or relationship with that, what's going on there, or who that person is, right? And somehow the nature of the mind is that we can't really recognize or identify that. So it seems like everything is just going normally, everything's going according to plan. But if you actually stop and look closely enough at your life, you'd find out that a lot of what you're doing, a lot of what you believe in, a lot of what you are watching, consuming, a lot of how you spend your time is a complete waste. Isn't bringing benefit to yourself, to the environment, to the world, to the society, and that it's just all about this kind of psychotic, schizophrenic addiction to consumption, you know, and that people spend their whole lives in that place. People spend their whole lives in that mentality. And it's such a disempowering position to be in, right? It's a position where you can't really do anything in the society. You can't organize anything. You can't create community. You can't help people meaningfully. You can't sustainably change something in your own life or in the lives of the other people of the society. Why? Because that's not what your experience is. Your experience is just consuming. It's not an experience of giving. And these resources that we have, you know, now in the world, we have more resources, we have more money, we have more power as a human society than we ever had before. And this idea that that power and that money can only be used to build kind of like skyscrapers for the ultra wealthy and to, you know, give you a new version of an AI or new shoes that are expensive is just bullshit. You know, it's just bullshit nonsense. And we can't really say, let's start a revolution and we're going to come together for love, because that's also just bullshit nonsense. Right? So we actually have to take the impetus, we have to take the responsibility onto ourselves to go more deeply within yourself, to empower yourself, right? To transform your mind of greed and anger and delusion and just shallow weakness, right? Into a simple, stable, aware, compassionate, generous, contemplative mind, an independent mind, an individuated mind. And where we go from there, where you go from there, is up to you. You know, a lot of these people who are trying to recruit people, they want to build a community, they want to start up a new world love, a revolution. Once we start to live in that way and we start to get something from within ourselves that's more profound and more nourishing than anything that we can get outside, that's when we're really in a position to start changing the way that we do things, changing the way that we work together as a community, as a society. And we certainly do live in a society, don't we? So what we need, what you certainly need, and what everyone certainly needs, is a revolution of the mind. To wake up to life, a life that is not based in concepts, a life that is not based in the expectations of others, a life that is not based in desire for anything, a life that is not based in trying to avoid anything, right here, right now, waking up to that kind of life. And through that lens, through that perspective, through that prism of life that's not fundamentally about desiring to get something or trying to avoid something, what are you doing? What direction are you actually going in? What is really important to you? So we will start now for the event, Interfaith Dialogue. Starting? Okay. I don't have.
जो आज का समारोह होगा, today's function, we will try and conduct mostly in English because we have Bhante Varrapanyo. He has come all the way from US and he may not understand our language Hindi. So while there will be Hindi mix-up, generally for his benefit we will conduct the program in Hindi. Is it okay? Thank you very much. My dear friends, today is a very auspicious day for all of us. It is 155th birth anniversary of the father of our nation. Bapuji taught us how to win over the mighty forces, not by violence, not by gunfire, but by ahimsa, non-violence and peace. Therefore, rightly he has been called as the Prince of Peace for our country. While we celebrate the birth anniversary of our father of the nation, do keep it in mind that today is also the 120th birth anniversary of our late Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Singh. Just keep that also in mind. He was born in 1904 on 2nd of October. Without wasting much time, I now request Father, our administrator, Diego, our president of the Bombay Catholic Sabha local unit, Felix, and the head of Hindi prayer group, Shanti Sagar, Brother Shamsan, to please walk across to the dais along with our speakers today, that is Father S.M. Michael, Mr. Abdul Wahid Saheb, Pandit Guru Prasad Joshi, Brother Brij Bhushan, and Venerable Bhante Varrapanyo. Felix, please escort the speakers to the dais. Okay. Just before that, before they go on to the dais, I think instead of coming down once again to light Samai and pay tribute to Mahatma Gandhi, I would request the dignitaries to please light the lamp as a mark of beginning of this birthday celebration of Mahatma Gandhi for peace and harmony. We have Brother Brij Bhushan lighting the lamp. Please stand. Please bear with us if the fans are going off because the fans are just above the Samai. We are trying to identify them. Now we have Venerable Bhante Varrapanyo lighting the lamp. We have Pandit Guru Prasad Joshi following. We have Shri M. Abdul Wahid Saheb. We have Father S. M. Michael. And our administrator, Father Diego, lighting the lamp. Thank you very much. Now all the dignitaries would kindly move on to the dais. Felix, please lead them. Samson. Yeah. All BCS functions are started with the singing of the Sabha anthem. All of you are requested to kindly stand as mark of respect to the Sabha anthem. I would request our Jason to kindly play.
Fight for justice in our land.
Please be seated. Now I invite the chairperson of the Bombay Catholic Sabha, St. John Bosco Parish Unit, to please give his welcome address. Thanks.
Mic check 1, 2, 3. Good morning and welcome to this Interfaith Religious Meet. This is the 4th or 5th time we are doing this Interfaith Religious Meet. The last time we had done is 2019 before COVID. And this was started by Father Orvin Mesquita long time back, and we are following it. And we would like to, on behalf of the Bombay Catholic Sabha, and in Shantisa Kinjit Daigo, I would like to welcome Father S. Michael, Father Daigo, News, Brother Bridgebushan Bhai, Guru Prasad Joshi, Abdul Wahid, and thank you very much and welcome for this gathering. First of all, let me hello. First of all, this today is the Non-Violence Day, Gandhi Jayanti. In Gandhi Jayanti, he taught us, and during Gandhi time, he taught us how to have non-violence and have peace and harmony. And we would like everybody to have peace in this country and have a good day over here. And we hear from the Gurus what the best they would like to tell us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Felix. Our parish priest, Father Manuel Mozello, is held up in another meeting for some important work. Now we have our administrator, Father Diego. He will kindly bless this function today. Father Diego.
Hello. Wait. Yeah. Hello. We honor Gandhiji for his example. Example in many things. Starting from the politics, starting from Isa, to many other things. And I got one small example of Gandhiji, which I always quote and which I like very much for my personal life. One day, my mother brought her daughter to Gandhiji and told Gandhiji, my daughter is eating too many sweets. Please tell her not to eat sweets. Gandhiji waited for some time, reflected and said, okay, tell her to come after 15 days and I'll see what to do. And there was a surprise that Gandhiji didn't say a word to that daughter, small daughter. But she went, okay, there must be something. After 15 days, this lady brings the daughter again. Gandhiji, please tell us something. And she still eating sweets. Then Gandhiji advised this small girl not to eat sweet, how bad it is for the teeth and this and that. So many other things she told, so stop eating sweets. The mother said, but Gandhiji could have said the same thing first time when I came. And Gandhiji said, till then I was eating sweets. So I couldn't tell her not to eat sweets. Beautiful example, the personal example. That if I tell the child, if I preach to other people, yeah, I must practice first. And that's the thing. So the example of Gandhiji, personal example to the child and to everybody. This is one. Another example, recently I read about Gandhiji in the ashram, where with the ashram, Sabarmati ashram. There are people who are poor and all these things, small children also are there. So one child was there from south and he had dysentery. So he asked for coffee. Can you give me coffee? No. This is, coffee is not served here in this ashram. So I insisted on coffee. Gandhiji came for a round in the ashram to see, and this boy asked Gandhiji, I want coffee because I got dysentery. And he said, you get it. Gandhiji went to the kitchen, but Kasturba, his wife, was resting at his shoulder, so he didn't tell Kasturba anything. He went to the kitchen, prepared the coffee, and brought it to the child and said, I don't know how best this coffee will be, but I myself have prepared with my own hand to give it to you. Another example. That's why I say, the Bible says, the last will be the first will be the last. Humility. Humility. So that two example for me, I keep in my mind, for my own personal life. And before I preach, we preach on Sundays, and before I preach, I say I must practice this. So I really honor Gandhiji, not only because of his freedom, but because of his example.
Thank you, Father, for this beautiful verse and the exemplary example of the sweets of the small child that he gave. Now I invite our Hindi prayer group to please sing a bhajan song for us, so that the atmosphere is prayerful.
आप सब मेरे पीछे गाइएगा प्लीज, आप लोग भी साथ दीजिएगा। सारी सृष्टि के मालिक तुम ही हो, सारी सृष्टि के रक्षक तुम ही हो, करते हैं तुझको सादर प्रणाम, गाते हैं तेरे ही गुणगान। सभी गाएंगे। सारी सृष्टि के मालिक तुम ही हो, सारी सृष्टि के रक्षक तुम ही हो, करते हैं तुझको सादर प्रणाम, गाते हैं तेरे ही गुणगान। सृष्टि को तेरा सहारा, सारे संकट से हमको बचाना, तेरे हाथों में जीवन हमारा है, अपनी राहों में हमको चलाना। हम हैं तेरी हाथों की रचना, हम पर रहे तेरी करुणा, तन मन धन हमारा तेरा है, इन हाथों में हमको चलाना। हम हैं तेरी हाथों की रचना, हम पर रहे तेरी करुणा, हम मंगल हमारा तेरा है, इन शैतान को छूने न देना।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रेयर ग्रुप। अभी जो मंच पर बैठे हुए हैं हमारा गेस्ट है, स्पीकर्स हैं, आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट आवर चेयरपर्सन फेलिक्स to arrange for their felicitation with a flower bouquet and a shawl. Yes sir, please sir.
Hello. I call upon Dominic. Kindly come forward. Uncle James. Rosie. Come. Dominic. Yes, sir. Yeah. Father, on behalf of Bombay Catholic Sabha and the Sanjay Sagar Group, you have please. Thank you, Dominic. Father San Michael, on behalf of the Bombay Catholic Sabha and Sanjay Sagar Group, I ask Rosie to felicitate Father San Michael with a shawl and a Thank you very much. Sir, please present, sir. I would like to welcome Father D. Mr. Uncle News to be payment. Thank you very much. Sir. Come, Sabanas. On behalf of the the Bombay Catholic Sabha, and Sri Group. I asked Advocate Rafael D'Souza to felicitate Varrapanyo. Thank you very much. I call upon Samson to felicitate Guru. Aisa. Okay, I call upon Maria to felicitate Abdul Wahid sir.
Thank you, the recipients of the flowers and the shawl, and also the givers for this wonderful gesture on behalf of Bombay Catholic Sabha. Now we proceed with the presentation of the speakers from different religions. Hinduism teaches us Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. That is what Upanishad chapter 6 verse 72 teaches. Gandhi said, if I want that freedom of our country, I would not be deserving of that freedom if I did not cherish the treasure, the equal rights of every other race, weak or strong, to the same freedom. आज हमारे बीच में पंडित गुरु प्रसाद जोशी साहब हैं, जो हम लोग को एनलाइटन करेंगे कैसे सब धर्म का समावेश गांधी जी का शांतिपूर्वक देश बन सकता है। गुरु प्रसाद जी जोशी।
नमस्कार. इथे उपस्थित माझे गुरुवर्य आणि बंधू भगिनींनो, आज आपण सर्व धर्मसमभाव यासाठी मला इथे बोलवले आहे. माझं नाव प्रसाद प्रकाश जोशी. मी वजीरा स्वयंभू गणेश मंदिर या इथे पुजारी असून या इथे आज मला बोलायल्याबद्दल मी सगळ्यांचे धन्यवाद मानतोय, आभार मानतोय. प्रथम आपण श्री गणेशाला वंदन करून आपल्या गणेशाच्या आशीर्वादाने आपण कार्याला प्रारंभ करूया. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. विघ्नेश्वराय वरदाय सुरप्रियाय लंबोदराय सकलाय जगदिताय नागानाद गौरीसुताय गणनाद नमो नमस्ते. प्रारंभे नदी करु गणपते विद्यादया सागरा अज्ञानत्वहो बुद्धिमतिरे आराध्य मोरेश्वरा चिंता क्लेश दरिद्र दुःख वगे देशांतरा पाठवे हे रंबा गणनायका गजमुखा महागणपती देवताभ्यः. गणेशाला वंदन करून ओम सुमुखस्य कदन्तस्य कपिलो गजनका लंबोदरस्य विकटो विघ्ननाशो गणाधिपा धूम्रकेतु गणाध्यक्षो भालचंद्रो गजानना द्वादशैतानि नामानि यः पठेत् शृणुयादपि विद्यारम्भे विवाहे च प्रवेशे निग्रहेतदा संग्रामे संकटशयो विघ्नं तस्मै. आपण प्रतिवर्षी सालाप्रमाणे या इथे ही संस्था करोनाच्या आधीपासून जो काही सर्व धर्म समभावासाठी जो काही उपयोग प्रारंभ केलेला आहे आणि त्यामध्ये आपण दरवर्षी येतो आणि आम्हाला दरवर्षीप्रमाणे नेहमीप्रमाणे हे सगळे काही बोलवतात आणि यांना जो का आम्ही हातभार लावतो त्याबद्दल मी यांचे आभार आहे. आणि सदैव यांना गणेशाच्या कृपेने असाच सहभाग लाभो आणि यांना उत्तरोत्तर यश कीर्ती लाभो. रूपम देही जयं देही यशो देही युषो देही पुत्रांते धनंते सर्व कामावश्य देवे अशी मी गणेशाकडे प्रार्थना करतो. आणि याची सुरुवात सांगायची गोष्ट म्हणजे सुरुवात याची अशी झालेली आहे की पूर्वी या इथे एक हा जो प्रारंभ झाला त्यावेळेला तुळशी रोपण प्रारंभ केलेला आणि आम्हाला इथे बोलवून मला इथे बोलवून प्रत्यक्ष या इथे बाजूला तुळशीचं रोप लावलं गेलं आणि त्या तुळशीच्या रोपाची जोपासना या सगळ्यांनी केलेली. तुळशी वाढत नाही पण प्रेम हे वाढते असं म्हटलेलं आहे. पण त्या तुळशीच्या रूपाने शांत चित्तेने आता आत्मतेने त्या पूजन करून आपण इथे पूजन केल्यानंतर तो काही कार्यक्रम चालू केला. त्यानंतर यांनी आम्हाला या वजुला स्वयंभू गणेश मंदिरात क्रिसमस ट्री दिलेलं. पण ती क्रिसमस ट्री आम्ही त्या ठिकाणी जाऊन सगळ्यांनी त्याची लागवड केली आणि त्याचा प्रारंभ केला. म्हणजे आता क्रिसमस ट्री नसून त्या तिथे त्यांच्या आठवणी भावना या सदैव तिथे आहेत. तर मला सांगायचं आहे की ज्याप्रमाणे आपण सदैव असे एकत्र आलेले आहेत असेच सदैव येऊ आणि सदैव या इथे आपण भगवंताकडे मागूया की सगळ्यांना कल्याण कर, आयुष्य दे, आरोग्य दे, व्यवसायामध्ये यश दे, कीर्ती दे, ज्या काही त्यांना काही मनोकामना असतील ते सदैव पूर्ण कर अशी या प्रभू गणेशाच्या ठिकाणी त्या गणेशाच्या ठिकाणी प्रार्थना करतो. आणि माझे 2 शब्द संपवतो. जय नो सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सवीर्यं करवावहे तेजस्विनावधीतमं विद्विषावहे. ओम शांति शांति शांति.
धन्यवाद पंडित जोशी जी, आपने जो आपकी तरफ से जो मैसेज दिया है, कैसा एक एनवायरनमेंट का जो हम प्रोटेक्शन करते हैं, चाहे पेड़ लगा के, चाहे small plants we plant, and how that can give us an indication to grow in peace and unity. Thank you. We have our parish priest, Father Manuel Muzello, present here. He doesn't want to occupy the stage because he is just waiting for an appointment to go. But Father, at least stand up and take a bow. All of us are very happy to have you amongst us. We understand you are really coming. Now, we go to the next speaker. In the Holy Quran, Surah 93 speaks of flow of mercy and compassion to restless souls and suffering hearts. Gandhiji's words on Prophet Muhammad and Islam were, "It was not the sword that won a place for Islam in those days, but it was the rigid simplicity, the utter self-effacement of Prophet, the scrupulous regard for pleasures, his intense devotion to his friends and followers, his fearless, his absolute trust in God and in his own mission. If all these things are put together, you can have nothing but peace and harmony in this world." We are the privileged to have amongst us Mr. M. Abdul Wahid, who is the advisory committee member of Jamaat-e-Islami. Now I invite Abdul Wahid Bhai to speak to us on today's theme, सब धर्म का समावेशी गांधी जी का शांतिपूर्वक देश।
औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम, बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम, रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम, वला तस्तविल हसनतु वला सय्यिअ इदफ़अ बिल्लती हिय अहसन फ़इज़ा लज़ी बैनका व बैनहु बदावतुन कअन्नहु वलिय्युन हमीम। सदक़ल्लाहुल अलीयुल अज़ीम। Dear brothers and sisters, I start my talk with the Islamic prayers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The meaning of this is, may be peace of Almighty on all upon you. So I start my talk with the greetings. I am very much thankful to the Bombay Catholic Sabha for organizing such a beautiful event where the stage is so colorful, and it reflects the Indian identity where all religion gurus are sitting together. It's my pleasure to be here. मैं आप सबका बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ. बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि मैं अपने भाइयों से, अपनी बहनों से, अपने गुरुओं के साथ बैठा हूँ. मैं बहुत एक छोटा स्टूडेंट हूँ इस्लामिक रिलीजन का, जमात इस्लामी का. मैं एडवाइजरी बॉम्बे जो कमेटी है उसका मेंबर भी हूँ. और आप लोगों को मैं अक्सर टीवी पर, स्टेज पर श्री राजभूषण जी, श्री माइकल, फादर माइकल, इन लोगों को मैंने टीवी पे देखा है और सुना है. जो इस तरीके की जो सभाएं होती है जिसमें सब लोग मिलकर रहते हैं, वो बहुत अच्छा है और ये बहुत बड़ी ज़रूरत भी है. आज हम जिस एरा में रह रहे हैं बहुत चैलेंजिंग है. फादर माइकल से मैं थोड़ी देर 2-4 मिनट मुझे बात करने का चांस मिला when we were sitting downstairs. So I got to know he is doing research on cultures for 40 years. इतना तो बहुत सारा हमारा लोगों का एज नहीं होगा जितना आपका रिसर्च है. एंड we were discussing कि आज कल्चर, मुझे लगता है because most of my lectures are towards students, college and school going students, because I do lot of lectures on parenting. क्योंकि आज बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है. जो बच्चे, नई जनरेशन है मॉडर्न एरा की, मोबाइल, कंप्यूटर, सॉफ्टवेयर, कोडिंग, इनका वर्ल्ड, इनका कल्चर, इनका रहन सहन बहुत डिफरेंट है देन व्हाट वी हैव लिव्ड. हम लोग जो जिंदगी जी के आए, आवर लाइफ वाज वेरी सिंपल अर्लियर डेज, एंड वहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज नहीं थी, ऐसा मुझे लगता है. बहुत सीधी सीधी जिंदगी थी. सब एक ही स्कूल में जाते थे, एक ही साथ खेलते थे, टीवी पे एक ही चैनल आते थे. बहुत ज़्यादा यूनिटी थी. बट अब बहुत ज़्यादा डाइवर्सिफिकेशन आ गया है. यूथ बहुत ज़्यादा कंफ्यूज है. समाज बहुत अलग टर्न ले रहा है. और ऐसे में आपकी नॉलेज हम लोगों को बहुत ज़रूरी है कि व्हाट वी शुड डू इन दिस टाइम. मैं अभी भी देख रहा हूँ कि ये इतनी अच्छी सभा है जहाँ पर बहुत सारे रिलीजन को आपने एक साथ रिप्रेजेंटेशन के लिए एक स्टेज पे बुलाया. नॉर्मली व्हाट वी सी इन मीडिया हाउस, इन न्यूज़ चैनल इज डिफरेंट देन दिस स्टेज. वहाँ पर तो वो पेड मौलानास, पेड पंडित जी और पेड लोग आते हैं, एंड फॉर पॉलिटिकल गेन, पॉलिटिकल माइलेज, फॉर देयर पॉलिटिकल रेपुटेशन. वो एक ड्रामा ही होता है. उसको आप सीरियल और ड्रामा और मूवी जैसा ही देखा कीजिए. Then life, peace will be coming in our life. एक्चुअल जो नेता होते थे, एक्चुअल जो पॉलिटिक्स थी, वो हमारे सामने तस्वीर लगी है महात्मा गांधी जी की, उन्होंने सिखाई थी. वहाँ पर रिलीजन को लड़ाया नहीं जाता था, मिलाया जाता था. लोगों को जैसे आज आपने मिलाने की कोशिश की, ये उनकी एफर्ट्स होती थी. गांधी जी, आज हमारी जो यंग जनरेशन है, दे फील कि मुझे लोग जाने बिकॉज आई एम यूजिंग iPhone 16, because I'm wearing a Levi's jeans, because I'm wearing a polo t-shirt. इसकी वजह से मेरे हाइट, मेरा कद, मेरी शोहरत होना चाहिए. ये मटेरियलिस्टिक लाइफ, जो फादर ने भी कहा था कि मटेरियलिस्टिक लाइफ में वो अपना गेन ढूंढ रहे हैं. गांधी जी ने बताया कि एक आदमी से एक ऐसी शाल ओढ़ के और एक धोती पहन के, और सेंचुरीज तक लोग उसको याद रखते हैं. उन्होंने कोई, मैं अपने स्टूडेंट्स को बोलता हूँ, कोई एडिडास शूज नहीं पहना था. आई एम नॉट अगेंस्ट एनी ब्रांड, but just because people use this as to become famous, पैसा, मटेरियल, ब्रांड्स. गांधी जी ने कौन सा ब्रांड पहना था? कौन सी ब्रांड की धोती थी? कपड़ा भी नहीं होता था अक्सर ऊपर. लेकिन वो आदमी को आज 155 साल हो गए और आज लोग उनके लिए जमा हो रहे हैं. और ये एक सभा नहीं, इंडिया में ऐसी लाखों सभा हो रही होगी जहाँ लोग उनके मैसेज को याद कर रहे होंगे. उनकी सिंप्लिसिटी, उनका फर्मनेस, उनकी सादगी. मैं कल रोड पे जा रहा था, किसी नेता का बस स्टैंड पे देखा कि हमने करोड़ों रुपए, थैंक यू टू अवर सो एंड सो मिनिस्टर, कि उन्होंने अपने पैसों से लाडली बहन योजना लाई और गरीबों को पैसा दिया. मैंने अपने कलीग से कहा कि इन्होंने क्या अपना घर बेच के पैसा बांट रहा है, अपना जमीन बेच के पैसा बांट रहा है? किसका पैसा है? People's money and you are giving it back to people. You don't take the credit of it. गांधी जी ने अपना सब कुछ निछावर किया था. He was a famous lawyer, advocate, but उन्होंने अपना सब कुछ पैसा छोड़ के अपना सब कुछ लुटाया देश के लिए, तो लोगों ने याद रखा। आप सबका लूट कर देश में बड़ा बनना चाहोगे तो नहीं बन पाओगे। इस देश में हमको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि हमको लूट मार के नेता बनने वाले और अपना सब कुछ लुटा के नेता बन के आए, उनमें फर्क समझना पड़ेगा। बिकॉज विद मनी ब्रिंग्स करप्शन मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम, एक्सेसिव मनी। यहाँ लोगों को खाने के लिए नहीं है। 5000 घरों का शादी हो सकता था उतना पैसा में जितना एक शादी होता है, 5000 करोड़। मैं तो बोलता हूँ 50,000 शादी हो जाता था इंडिया की गरीब लड़कियों का। 5,000 करोड़ में आप एक शादी करते हैं और कैपिटलिस्ट होते जा रहे हैं। गांधी जी और जितने भी हमारे नेता थे, उन्होंने गरीबों के लिए एक सेक्युलर डेमोक्रेसी के लिए काम किया, गरीबों का सोचा। उन्होंने एक मामूली चीज जो नमक में भी टैक्स लगता था उस पर आवाज बुलंद की, और आज उनको हम महान नेता महात्मा के नाम से जानते हैं। यहाँ पर एक छोटी छोटी आपके नमक पे भी जीएसटी लगा हुआ है और हम सोए हुए हैं। ये देश गांधी जी का सपना नहीं था। गांधी जी की टीचिंग्स हर रिलीजन में जो अच्छी टीचिंग्स है उसी का रिफ्लेक्शन था। अभी ब्रदर ने कहा कि सिंप्लिसिटी एक मशहूर इस्लाम के बारे में बहुत मशहूर है, और शायद मैं फादर से डिस्कस भी कर रहा था कि मैंने वो कुर्ता पैजामा और टोपी और एक पहन के नहीं आया, बिकॉज आई फील कि वी लिव इन इंडिया एंड वी लिव विद इंडियन कल्चर। तो मैं जो आप जैसे दिखते वैसा दिखूं, लेकिन मीडिया में दिखाया गया है कि दाढ़ी वाला और टोपी वाला होता है, वो अगर ऐसा शॉल खोलेगा तो अंदर बॉम्ब भी बना हुआ होता है। ये एक पोर्ट्रे किया गया है, और ये गांधी जी के जमाने में भी कहा गया कि इस्लाम तो फैला ही है तलवार के जोर से। इस्लाम जो है तलवार के जरिए है। हो सकता है मुगल आए हो तलवार के जरिए से और वो मुस्लिम थे, बट दैट वाज अ राजनीति। वो लोग अपना देश बढ़ाने के लिए आए थे, वो इस्लाम को रिप्रेजेंट करने नहीं आए थे। ये बहुत बड़ी मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग उस जमाने से चली आ रही है, जिसके बाद गांधी जी से मौलाना अब्दुल कलाम आजाद ने उस वक्त कहा कि आप जरा इस्लाम को स्टडी करके बोलिए कि ये स्टेटमेंट सही है क्या। दैट टाइम दो स्टेटमेंट विच ब्रदर राफेल हैज रेड आउट कि आई एम कन्विंस्ड कि इस्लाम स्वॉर्ड के जोर से नहीं पहुंचा। गांधी जी सिर्फ एक धोती पहनते थे। प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम एक बार जमीन पर सो रहे थे और वो उठ के बैठे, तो उनके जो कंपेनियंस थे उन्होंने देखा कि उनके आंख पर पूरा चटाई का निशान पड़ गया है उनका बॉडी पे। तो वो रोने लगे कि प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद आप इतने बड़े, आपको गॉड ने भेजा एज अ मैसेंजर, और आपका ये हाल है कि आपके पास चटाई अच्छा बिछाने के लिए कुछ है नहीं, हमको बहुत तकलीफ होती है। प्रॉफेट मोहम्मद ने कहा कि मैं इस दुनिया के लिए नहीं आया, एक्चुअल हमारी वर्ल्ड है वो है हियर आफ्टर, वहाँ पर हमेशा हमेशा की जिंदगी है, वहाँ की जिंदगी को एंड नहीं है। यहाँ पर तो हम एक टेस्ट के लिए आए, हम एक एग्जाम के लिए आए। किसी को गरीबी का पेपर मिला है, किसी को अमीरी का पेपर मिला है। हाउ डू यू परफॉर्म? आप एज ए इंसान, एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग, आप इस दुनिया में कैसे रहते हैं, कैसे गुजारा करते हैं, लोगों के कितने काम आते हैं, आप क्या अच्छाई फैलाते हैं, लोग आपको किस नाम से याद रखते हैं, उसका रिजल्ट आपको वहाँ मिलेगा। यू केम टू दिस वर्ल्ड, आप आए हैं एक टेस्ट देने के लिए। ये दुनिया की जिंदगी, जितने भी प्रॉफिट्स आए हैं, प्रॉफिट मोसेस, प्रॉफिट अब्राहम, प्रॉफिट नूह, जोसेफ, सारे लोगों की आप टीचिंग देखेंगे, और अभी भी जितने ग्रंथ हमारे पास मौजूद है आप उनकी स्टडी करेंगे तो यू विल कम टू नो कि हमको पजेस करने के लिए नहीं भेजा गया दुनिया में कि मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जमा करूँ। अनफॉर्चुनेटली जो कैपिटलिस्ट सोच, आज जो हमारे पॉलिटिक्स भी इन्फ्लुएंस हो रहे हैं कैपिटलिज्म से, कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जमा करके रखो। मेरा आईफोन 14 है तो 15 करूँ, 15 है तो 16 करूँ, एक कार है तो उसको मर्सिडीज करूँ, मर्सिडीज है तो ऑडी करूँ। ये रेस कभी खत्म नहीं होगी, हम खत्म हो जाएंगे। तो हमको ये मैसेज लोगों को समझाना पड़ेगा, सिंपलिसिटी, सादगी, लोगों के लिए जीना, लोगों के काम आना। अभी यहाँ पर इतने डिग्निटरीज है, मैं समझता हूँ आज के दौर में कोई आपको टाइम देता है ना, वो बहुत बड़ा गिफ्ट है आपके लिए। बिकॉज हमारे पास एक लिमिटेड टाइम है, 50-60 ईयर्स, उसमें हमारी फैमिली है, जॉब है, अदर एक्टिविटीज है, रिलेटिव्स है, फ्रेंड है, खुद भी थोड़ा बहुत एंजॉय करते हैं। बट इफ समबडी कम्स हियर, इन्वेस्ट 1-2 आवर्स फॉर यू, वो बहुत बड़ा आपको गिफ्ट देके जाता है। ये टाइम एसेंस है। आज के दौर में सब लोग आजकल यही जनरेशन है सेल्फी, जिसको देखो खुद को ही देखना चाहता है, खुद को ही दिखाना चाहता है, टिकटॉक पे और इंस्टा पे खुद के ही रील बनाते रहता है। दे हैव नथिंग टू डू विद फेलो बीइंग्स। गांधी जी ने सिखाया कि सेल्फलेस कैसे जिया जाता है। आप दूसरों के लिए जियो तो लोग आपके लिए, इस्लाम की सही है प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद की, कि अगर तुम किसी के लिए हेल्प करने के लिए जाते हो, किसी की मदद करने जाते हो, तो फरिश्ते और अल्लाह ताला तुम्हारी मदद करता है। तुम किसी गरीब के, इंसान जाएगा ईश्वर के पास, प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद ने कहा कि इंसान जाएगा और कहेगा कि खुदा मैंने बहुत नमाजें पढ़ी, बहुत रोज़ा रखा, तो ईश्वर कहेगा कि तुमने मुझे वहाँ नहीं ढूंढा जहाँ पर एक मैं तुझे पुकारता था, तू सुनता नहीं था। वो कहेगा क्या ईश्वर तू कहाँ पुकारता था? वो कहेगा कि वो गरीब जो भूखा था, जिसने तेरे लिए तेरे से खाना मांगा था, अगर तू उसको खाना देता तो वहाँ तू मुझे पाता, वहाँ मैं मिलता। एक आदमी बीमार था हॉस्पिटल में, अगर तू उसको देखने जाता तो वहाँ तुझे मिलता मैं। तो ये टीचिंग्स सेल्फलेस लाइफ की गांधी जी की है और इस्लाम की है और प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद की है। जो वर्स कुरान की मैंने आपके सामने शुरू में पढ़ा था, मैं वो कहकर और प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद की सही कहकर अपनी बात पूरी करूँगा। वला तस्तविल हसनतु वला सय्या, गुड डीड्स एंड एविल डीड्स आर नॉट इक्वल। रिपेल इविल with that which is good, whereupon he between whom and you have there was ill feeling will come like a close friends. आप कोई आपके साथ बुरा करे तो आप उसके साथ बुरा मत करो, उसके साथ अच्छा करो। यही अहिंसा है। आप देखेंगे कि गांधी जी की टीचिंग्स में यही थी। एक और था गांधी जी की टीचिंग्स और प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद की टीचिंग्स के हिसाब से। प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद ने कहा कि जो तुझसे तेरा हक ले ले तू उसे दे, जो तेरा हक मारे, तेरे ऊपर जुल्म करे, तू उसका हक मत मार बल्कि उसको गिफ्ट कर। जो तुझसे रिश्ता तोड़े तू उससे रिश्ता जोड़। आप मेरे से अच्छे हैं, मैं आपके साथ अच्छा हूं, तो देयर इज नो बिग डील। लेकिन आपने मेरे साथ बुरा किया और रिटर्न में मैं आपके साथ अच्छा करूं, दैट इज कॉल्ड ह्यूमैनिटी। साहबा ने अर्ज किया, अगर मैं ये काम कर लूं, उनके कंपेनियंस ने कहा कि ये काम मैं कर लूं तो व्हाट विल आई गेट? प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद ने कहा कि आपको हेवन में मिलेगा और इस दुनिया में भी शांति मिलेगी। विद दिस से मैं गांधी जी के लिए भी बहुत उनकी टीचिंग आज हमारे लिए बहुत रोशनी का किरण है। मैं आप सबका धन्यवाद करता हूँ। शुक्रिया, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद अब्दुल भाई। आपने गांधी जी का उस टाइम का कैसे जीते थे, उनका पॉलिटिक्स क्या था और करंट पॉलिटिक्स क्या था, वो कंपैरिजन किया। तब के यंग लोग कैसे थे, आज के यंग लोग कैसे हैं, वो आपने कंपेयर किया। आज का मटीरियलिस्टिक वर्ल्ड, उसके उस टाइम का सैक्रिफिशियल वर्ल्ड कैसा था, वो हम लोगों को बता दिया। और कैसे इस्लाम शांति और अमन के ओर सबको अपना मैसेज दे रहा है, वो समझा दिया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। अभी मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ अपना ये प्रेयर ग्रुप वाले से टू प्लीज सिंग अ भजन फॉर अस।
इस माहौल को हम इस गीत के द्वारा हम दोहराएंगे। पूरे संसार के जो विश्व यहाँ पर आज देख रहे हैं सारे भक्तों को, सो फेथ इज लव, फेथ इज पावर। सो आइए ये गीत के द्वारा इतनी शक्ति हमें देना चाहता है, ये गीत गाएंगे जो बड़ी शक्ति और पावरफुल है। प्रभु से हम पूजा करते हुए ये गीत गाएंगे। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम चलेंगे एक रास्ते से हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। हम चलेंगे एक रास्ते से हमसे से भावना मन बदले की होना बैर होना किसी का किसी से भावना मन में बदले की होना।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. We come to Christianity. The 7th verse of Sermon on the Mount. It says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." The most impactful verse of Bible on Gandhi, it is said, is the Sermon on the Mount. And Gandhi kept hanging in his little hut a black and white print of Christ with an imprint which said, "He is our peace." We have Reverend Father S.M. Michael, the chairman of Bombay Archdiocesan Commission for Interreligious Dialogue. I now invite Reverend Father S.M. Michael to please speak to us on today's theme.
The President, Secretary and other office bearers of the Catholic Sabha and the religious dignitaries present here, for all of them today we greet Gandhi Jayanti greetings. I know for a very long time Bombay Catholic Sabha has been reflecting, thinking and planning this all religion celebration of Gandhi Jayanti Day. I hope many Catholics here, we need to understand the importance of such gatherings, and we need to tell when you go back the importance of what we have not only learned, but to build a world of peace. Because many times we cannot be a cocoon living in our own world. We need to open up to the reality of what is happening, and we need to actively participate in building up the kingdom of God. Having said that, today's Gandhi Jayanti Day, remembering Gandhi, his birthday, we begin to realize what the world we live in. Just if you might have seen the newspaper today, hundreds of missiles are falling on Israel, and Israel is trying to put the soldiers in Lebanon. This is one side. Other side, Ukraine, Russia war. And also there are reports about China-India conflict in the border. So that is the world we inherit. So much of war, conflict, misunderstanding. This is a reality in which we live. And as Christians and the religious leaders, we have a responsibility to bring the peace which the kingdom of God will be assigned to it. So, we are gathered here with all the religious leaders, at least to spark this peace first within ourselves, and wherever we go, the people whom we meet, we begin to share that peace. Coming to the importance of today's celebration, in 1920, Bala Gangadhar Tilak died in Mumbai. And they were searching for a leader to lead the Indian National Congress. And that time, Gandhi had just returned from South Africa. As pointed out earlier, he was a lawyer, and he returned to India and he was looking at the situation in India. And the leaders of Indian National Congress felt he could be the correct person to lead the Indian National Congress. So he was chosen as the president of Indian National Congress. From that time onwards, he began to speak about the unity of the religions in India, because there are conflicts between different religions, especially between the two major religions, because we need to keep in mind that time India was a larger India. So there were Muslim population was very big. So there were conflicts. So Gandhi began to talk about Hindu and Muslims are by one. They are brothers. We need to understand each other. Then later on, he began his much more reflection, and he began to say, I want to build Ram Rajya. But my Ram is the one who will unite people of different cultures and religions. So he was an agent of bringing peace to people and building a one India where people of different religions can cohabit. We can live in freedom. And we see today, within our country, not only outside, within our country also there are many misunderstandings, false propaganda about different religions, different people. So there is an increasing tension arising in today's world. In this context, having such meetings and propagating the importance of coexistence, tolerance, understanding each other, they are very vital thing for the future of our own country. So what we can learn on this day when we are celebrating Gandhi Jayanti Day? I understand whenever we see Gandhi, kind of a semi-naked person. He was not using so much rich clothes, not because he could not afford, but it was a symbol. It was to teach a lesson that life consists of simplicity. We may have wealth, but we need to be simple. And this is very vital in today's context, when global warming, now we are experiencing how hot it is. And in the month of May, when we were here, how we felt the heat. All this is because of our lifestyle. The way consumerism and accumulative quality to have latest designs, all that will then tell on our ecology. So in this context, the simplicity of life, I don't need your rich clothes, but I can manage with my charka. I can weave my own clothes. That is a symbol of simplicity. And today, when we speak this, especially as a friend from Islamic perspective talked about, our youngsters may not understand that. But we have to imbibe a life of simplicity, otherwise the earth cannot sustain itself. And it is expected the heat will increase and many people will die of this ecological crisis. That's why our Pope came up with Laudato Si. No? The importance of preserving ecology. This lesson also we can learn from Gandhi, a simplicity of life. And in the ashram, everything life was simple, not consumeristic, not hedonistic. That's one important aspect today we need to imbibe from Gandhi's life. The secondly, what we need is spiritual depth. A spiritual depth. We need meditation. We need to be connected with God, and that will give us the deeper dimensions of life. So anybody who visited his ashram, they were taught to pray and to meditate and to be united with God. And this is again today many people are neglecting. So we need to be, wealth will come, wealth will go, power will come, power will go, but life will go on. But what is the foundation of our meaning? What is the foundation of our life? Of course, as Christians, we know Jesus has taught us to love one another, and that is the foundation of life. And when we begin to love each other with concern, and that's what Gandhi appreciated in Jesus Christ. He said, I appreciate Christ. I have very, very, very high veneration towards Christ, but I wish the Christians also imitate the life of Christ. So we can learn that he was telling us that we need to deepen our Christian faith to build a world of peace, understanding, harmony. And there are also certain conflicts, the reality when we talk about Gandhi. Now Gandhi had some differences with Ambedkar, which we are well aware of it. And Ambedkar had his own views and Gandhi had his own views. But at the same time, while they were on ideological basis, very big fight they had, but at the same time, when Nehru went and asked Gandhi, whom shall we select as our law minister? Gandhi suggested Ambedkar. See, that is the spirit. Though ideologically they were set apart, they were fighting on ideological issues, but Gandhi knew whom to appreciate and how to appreciate and how we need to put the correct person at the correct place. So Gandhi began to tell Nehru, appoint Ambedkar as the law minister. So we also need to learn today. We may have differences of opinion, conflicts, but we need to live together. We need to appreciate. I am of the view, religions are different, cultures are different. As pointed out, I am doing my research for the last 40 years. What is culture, what is religion in cultures. But then we know that Western culture is not the same of Indian culture. African culture is not the same of Indian culture. The Papua New Guineans or Australian natives, they have their own view of the world. The Hindus have their own view of the world. The Christians have a different view of the world. But we need to come together in today's context on the basis of humanity, to save the humanity. Otherwise, we will perish. All of us will perish. We may belong to different cultures, different religions, but we all will perish if we do not learn from each other how to sustain our humanity. So these are the few. There are several other things we can learn. We have studied about Gandhi, but few insights I have highlighted on this day of Gandhi Jayanti Day: simplicity of life, spiritual dimension, tolerating each other, appreciating though somebody may be my enemy, but still I need to appreciate so that we build a harmonious, loving community in India that is very vital, where there is so much conflict.